My name is Frank Mendez with waterdistillers.com, and we're going to show you basically how to descale a water distiller.
Well, Durastill is, again, a great product that's been around for over 30 years. It's one of the grandfather of water distillers made for home commercial industrial use in the United States. So the boiling chamber is where all the bad stuff falls out of. But in the boiling chamber, scale and all the ugly things that you've been drinking, and I tell you what, people would really be astonished, and people call over their neighbors and say, this is what we're not drinking, but you're drinking. And it stays, and it can encase that boiling chamber or the heating element.
Now, when you look inside your boiling chamber, some people say, well, how do I know when to clean it? Do I have to clean it every day, after every use? And the answer is no, you don't. What you do when you look inside of your boiling chamber to see if you see some buildup on the bottom of that distiller or on your float mechanism, your float ball. When you look in there, if you see more than the thickness of a credit card on that heating element, if there's a thickness of a credit card or more, you know there's going to be more at the bottom of that boiling chamber.
So you simply put in, you can use chemicals, or I encourage people to use natural things such as vinegar, to put vinegar in the boiling chamber, which will, if you don't let a huge amount of buildup take place, then it dissolves the calcium carbonate and other hard minerals along the heating element and along the side of the boiling chamber, and you have a drain valve, so it drains it. You just open the valve and you drain it on out.
So the best way to clean it is, remember, and the first thing I can tell you is, do not treat it like a pot or pan. So what you want to do is just put your vinegar and or sulfamic or different cleaners that we sell in there, and you only raise the level of that above the heating element, because your focus is that heating element. So again, when do you do that? When the thickness is on that heating element is thicker than a credit card. On the bottom, on the floor of your boiling chamber, there's going to be a little more, but if you keep that focus on that heating element, you'll do great. Also, make sure that you every third or fourth time that you clean it, that you take the water level up above to your high water mark inside your boiling chamber. Remember this too as well, that I know some of these directions say to leave them in there for 4 hours. Well, this is USA stainless steel. That's all we sell, our USA water distillation systems. It's the finest and it's the best and highest grade. So you can leave them there overnight, and then the next morning, take it on out. You're going to take a look inside your boiling chamber and say, oh, it looks great, or it doesn't look as good as I wanted it to. Okay, well, plug your distiller back in, make yourself some distilled water that day, unplug it that night, and repeat the process. Your cleaner or vinegar neutralize itself with what the contaminants are in there, and it really doesn't work more than 8 hours for you. So you need to make sure that you refresh it if you think you've cleaned it. When you put the chemicals in, use warm water and fill it. When you fill it on up, you'll see that there's a heating element at the bottom of this chamber. So your focus should be to make sure that your heating element and below that are well descaled. Also make sure, since it is a chemical, and as I shared with you, I'm very chemically sensitive, take the lid off and leave the lid off. Why do you want to leave the lid off? Because you don't want to force those gases through this system, and some people forget to take off their post-charcoal filter. Well, that post-charcoal filter will start absorbing those gases, and you'll have to change it that much more. When you pour it in, I basically, again, seeing that I'm so sensitive, will put warm water just above that, and then stand back and put a tablespoon of descaler in there and walk away from it. I come back to it, even though your descaler may say, let it sit in there for 3 or 4 hours, you can let it sit in there overnight. The reason they say 3 or 4 hours is because you have a lot of distillers that come out of China or Taiwan or Malaysia that the stainless steel is very, very inferior. In fact, these chemicals will eat right through that from my perspective, it's almost like it's painted on instead of real stainless steel. Now let's just say, okay, I've done that, Frank, and I didn't really, it still looks like there's some in there. Okay, well, do it again. Just repeat the same process. Let it sit overnight so you're not taken away from your production mode, which is your day, through the course of the day. Also, when you do that, you're also going to see buildup on the sidewall. Again, I told you to focus on the heating element and the bottom because that's where the buildup contaminants fall. But you'll also start seeing buildup on the inside of the walls as well. So maybe the next day you come back in, you put your tablespoon of descaler in there again and fill it right on up, drain it on out, flush it on out, and then put it back into brooks. After you flush it on out, of course, close your drain back up, pour your water in there, and you're ready to have the greatest distilled water, and you've taken care of your machine. Why, if it's a water distillation system, does it need a filter when distillation takes everything on out? So what that pre-filter does, we call it a green filter. And the green filter, basically, what it takes out are larger sediment pieces. And let me just use the example of sand, not that there's going to be that much sand going through there, but larger particulates that could be in your water. So this you put in before, from your source water supply. It's going to go into this particular pre-filter, which will eliminate granules and other particulates, which could jam up your water solenoid. Your water solenoid allows water to go into your boiling chamber when your distiller knows that it can produce more water. The things that I'm talking about now are actually pre-distillation, so they're for the benefit of your machine. If you didn't use this, your water would still be distilled, but your water solenoid would be working a whole lot longer than it should. Your pre-filter, which is, we call it a green lettered one, and your post filter, which is blue. The post charcoal filter is something like this. The post charcoal filter, all that does acts like a gas mask. So, and that's as a backup redundant system. So it's there to ensure the fact that you've got the best tasting and gases can't possibly even reform in your water. And these come in generally just after the water has distilled and as it drips into your container. One thing about this too as well, people forget about this all the time, and they might leave it in there for a year, 2 years. Don't keep them there for more than a year because they can disintegrate in there. They are granulars, and when they disintegrate, they can form a block. And when it forms that block, then water will not drip into your reserve tank. This is very important. Don't overlook it. If it's been there for more than a year, you should definitely change it. So this is Frank with Water Distillers. Keep your distiller happy, keep your distiller healthy, and keep yourself happy and healthy as well.